Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are here and give you many useful information. Great news coming out of Congress for stimulus. And this is your stimulus and infrastructure bill update. Now, take a look you guys. Headlines coming out like this today. This week Congress is poised to go into December overtime as we heard that this week was going to be. Last week, the House and the Senate could be the session before going to recess for Christmas. And they are saying no. We are going to be staying an extra week in the House, and the Senate is saying they are willing to stay past Christmas if necessary to get everything done on their to-do list. And we are going to be going through the items or going to the list. And also take a look at this. The Senate is set to vote on the bill bearing Biden's vaccine mandate, likely to pass with the mentioned support. That's it, right? Yeah, so we are going to be diving into all the details of new information coming out today as to how Congress will be staying to make sure that they get everything done, including stimulus reconciliation. So guys, let's go ahead and dive right in and get you catch up on the latest, and also wanted to say thank you so much for all your support to my channel. I think it's going to be awesome, really looking forward to do that. But you guys, let's dive right into this article that came out today and let you know about the Congress getting everything done this month. Alright you guys, so link is the description below to the article from this here that came out that said this week Congress is poised to go into December overtime. The article says that the Congress is driving deeper toward the holidays as lawmakers work to make process to underlay the year's end to-do list. And as you know, they have to increase the debt limit. They also have to get done with the stimulus reconciliation bill, finish the defense bill. And also we have these vaccine mandates, and they are trying to bar as well. Both the House and the Senate, they were scheduled to leave the Washington DC for the year end at the end of this week. Now the House instead have formally added a week to its scheduled meeting to lower chamber will now start the break by December 20th, while the senators are warning that they could remain in the session right up until Christmas because there is too much to get done really. Nobody should be taking recess right now. We got to get the stuff taken care of. Now, Congress passed the short-term government funding bill last week. As you will recall, we reported that to US are going to be funded out until February, averting temporarily a government shutdown, taking one item off their to-do list of their plate. But it still faces legislative slot that could eat up weeks and floor time with the negotiation continued this week on the sweeping defense bill, President Biden's social and climate spending bill, and how to raise the debt ceiling. Alright. So first up, and what the most people want to know, here is where things stand with the Build Back Better bill, and that the stimulus reconciliation social spending bill, human infrastructure, here is the latest. While Senate Democrats are continuing negotiation over Biden's Build Back Better legislation as they try to get it through the upper chamber in a matter of weeks. Senator Schumer has ruled that he wants to pass the bill by the Christmas, and it's an ambitious timeline given back year-end agenda and lightning division within the caucus, and the Bow Machine and Christian Cinema has been privately skeptical they will be able to meet this sale impulse deadline, as we heard them say we have the cause to pose, and we should take a step back and really consider this step before moving forward and ending even more. So to this 31 years higher inflation now, in addition to negotiation with each other, Democrats are expected to keep meeting with their Senate parliamentarian as well. It's going to have a big part of this Elizabeth McDonnell, as she weighed on either enough pieces of bill complete with the rules as outlined. What can be included in the spending legislation because it's being passed under budget reconciliation. So this is not topical means by which they are trying to pass it in the Senate topically. It needs 60 votes to pass. They are going to be doing this with a similar majority vote of 50 and 51, with also the vice president vote to pass it through, but literally means the 50-50 Senate that we need very single Democratic Senate on board to vote for it. Now, Democrats are waiting to find out if the McDonnell Hurt will sign up the latest immigration plan, which could grant 6.5 million to foreign nations a temporary pro-status that could give them 5-year work and travel permits, while also wrapping up meeting with her on health care provision appeal. So that's a taking place with the student. But we also have them needing to pass the defense bill to take a look at the NDAA. The House is expected to take up the final deal on the sweeping defense policies bill this week, after hitting the speed bump in the Senate. As we saw, it did not pass the now. In the side, the House and the Senate negotiators are close to final agreement to House. Majority Leader Steny Hoyer put the National Defense Authorization, or the NDAA, on the schedule this week for the vote. So they're going to be taken care of. This week we are hearing the leadership on the House and the Senate and the services committees has been informally negotiating a final agreement, as the Senate have struggled to get the version of the defense bill across the finish line. The House passed the initial versions in NDAA in September, and topically, the two chambers from former conference to work out differences. Now, the Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has informally announced that he is putting the Senate defense bill even if it's passed, but we will see, and I keep you guys to update here on channel. And also we are trying to get through this vaccine mandate. Take a look at this Senate. Republicans are set to net the temporary win on the Biden vaccine mandate for the larger employers after failing to block funding for the mandate. As a part of last week's government funding bill in the Senate, Republicans are poised to force a vote this week to nix the Occupational Safety and Health Administration rules under the Congressional Review Act, or 15DOB. The Senators have blocked the resolution, and the Senate Joe Manchin became the first Democratic senators to say that he voted for it, given the effort to roll back the mandate enough support to pass the Senate. So you guys, it looks like Republicans are going to be getting the win. This blocking the mandate for vaccine for the larger employers, and actually here's the vote on the Senate. John Manchin has been said. He said, "I do not support any government vaccine mandate on privately businesses," Manchin said Thursday after voting against the amendment of government funding bill that could roll back public and private vaccine mandate. So let me know your thoughts, you guys. He is the one Democratic senator that seemed to be going against the Democratic Party and almost siding with the Republicans. I know a lot of people have called him Dino Democrat namely, Let me know your thoughts on the Standard Trump regime. Do you support what he's doing, or do you think that he's just messing up everything for Democratic Party? Now, in addition to that, they also still need to increase the debt ceiling as well, and we are hearing the value of 15th of December is when we're gonna run out of money and we could potentially default. So we need to see something done with it right away as well. So a lot going on, but a good news is the Congress is as well aware of the fact we are acknowledging the fact that thing we need to get done now, and they are officially going to be staying in session longer to make sure that we get everything taken care of. So expect a whole lot this month happening in Congress, and you guys, I'll be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel, and also we are getting a lot of information coming about the state and city stimulus check, as well as the state and the city and the countries, and are finally taking that 350 billion that come from the stimulus package, an American Recovery Plan, and they are using it to pass their own individual stimulus package, and in some cases stimulus check, and also they still push for the federal level stimulus check, especially right now as the Omicron variant is continuing to spread throughout the nation. Yeah, you guys, I will keep you up to date on here on channel, and always thank you so much for joining me.